You know, what if you could actually design your future? I don't mean just hope for it, but literally build it piece by piece, exactly how you want it. Well, today, that's what we're digging into, a blueprint for doing just that, for reverse engineering the impact you want to have on the world.
It really all boils down to this one single, really powerful question. How are you going to be remembered? And here's the thing. The answer isn't something that just happens to you. Nope, it's something you build starting right now, today. And that's what we're here to figure out.
So, to guide us, we've got a 6-part blueprint. First, we'll get clear on what reverse engineering even means for us. Then, we're going to craft your vision, turn that vision into a real blueprint, and figure out how to fuel the whole thing. After that, we'll look at the tangible impact you can make, and we'll wrap it all up with the one thing that makes it all work, your commitment to actually get started. Okay, so let's jump right into the core idea here, reverse engineering. What are we actually talking about? Well, to put it simply, it's all about starting with the end in mind and then working your way backwards.
See, this is the complete opposite of just drifting through life and hoping things turn out okay. It's a proactive, totally strategic process. You decide on the impact you want to have first, and then you literally engineer the steps to get there, all the way back to what you need to do, well, today. And this whole big idea really just boils down to these 3 simple steps. You start with that big picture, your legacy. Then you map out the key milestones, the big rocks you have to move to make it all happen. And finally, you break those big milestones down into the small, daily actions you can start taking right away. It's all about connecting your biggest dream to your everyday routine.
But hold on, before you can start mapping anything, you need to know where you're going, right? And that brings us to section 2, building your vision. This is the absolute foundation for everything else that comes next.
Getting clear on your vision isn't just some wishful thinking. It's a real, structured process. It starts with your core values. What do you truly stand for? Then you imagine the specific impact you want to create based on those values. When you have that clarity, you can set meaningful, long-term goals. All of it guided by this powerful, forward-looking mindset. And doing this really requires a fundamental mental shift. The source material calls it a builder's mindset. You literally stop passively hoping for a good future, and you start actively creating it. You go from being a passenger in your own life to being the architect. So once you've got that vision and you've adopted that builder's mindset, we can get tactical. In section 3, we're going to create your legacy blueprint, mapping out the exact path from that future goal right back to this very moment. This is how you build a bridge from your future to your present. Just imagine your goal is achieved in, say, 2035. Well, what had to happen right before that? Maybe you launched a major project in 2032. Okay, and to launch that project, what key skill did you have to master by 2028? You just keep asking what came before that over and over until you land on the very first action you need to take today. Of course, every great project needs fuel, right? And that brings us to the financial empowerment engine. This is all about building the resources and the leverage you need to not just start your legacy, but to keep it going for the long haul. To get that engine running, the framework suggests starting with what it calls income accelerators. Now, this isn't just about making money for the sake of it. It's about generating resources quickly so you can fund your projects sooner. Think of things like online business models or affiliate programs, especially things designed for instant or even daily payouts. This gives you that immediate cash flow to start building, instead of waiting years and years to save up. Now, to really scale your impact, the next step is to use digital leverage. This means building automated systems that work for you 24/7. So a term like automated funnel, it's not just jargon. All it is a system that could deliver your message or your value to thousands of people, even while you're sleeping. These are the tools that amplify your contribution and support your legacy way beyond the hours in your day. Okay, so with the blueprint drawn and the engine running, we finally get to the heart of it all, your tangible impact. This is where all the planning stops and your real-world contribution actually begins. It's so important to remember that impact takes all sorts of forms. It is not a one-size-fits-all thing. For you, maybe it's philanthropy, giving back resources. Or maybe it's mentorship, investing your time and your wisdom into other people. It could be leadership or direct community involvement. Your legacy is your unique combination of these tangible actions. We've now built the entire plan,
from the vision all the way to the impact. But a blueprint is just a piece of paper without this last, absolutely critical step, the final commitment. This is the decision to actually begin. The source material just boils it down to this simple command: act today rather than waiting. It's so easy to put things off, isn't it? To say, oh, I'll start when. But this framework, it's a direct challenge to that delay. It's a call to take ownership of your legacy, starting not tomorrow, but right now. And that brings us right back to the beginning. See, a legacy isn't built in one big, grand moment. It's built from 1,000 tiny decisions, starting with the very first one. So the only question left is this: what will your first decision be?